Hello, welcome to this again. So, the Nintendo GameCube. I've never really done anything with the GameCube, because, you know, pretty much everything you can do on a GameCube you can do on a Wii, and when it comes to Wii's, I have a surplus. But, you know, I still think the GameCube's, you know, just kinda neat. And it runs on PowerPC architecture, which means somebody has ported the PowerPC builds of Windows NT to it, which I just find really funny, because, like, it's a GameCube. The GameCube's not, you know, known for being powerful, and, like, it's tiny. This box is tiny, and it contains the GameCube and controller and everything else. So I just think it'd be really funny to see it, you know, running fully fledged Windows, even if it might not be able to do much with said fully fledged Windows. And it might be a little bit of a challenge, because, this is a Japanese GameCube. Lets you run games from, you know, other regions and stuff, so it should hopefully be fine. If anything, it'll just make navigating the menus that much funnier. Alright, let's get this thing open, because I actually haven't tested this thing yet. The eBay listing said complete in box, so, I mean, it already seems to be. We got the manual and stuff right here. Hello, welcome to this again. Now I can already tell this video is going to be probably a multi-day project, and you're probably going to see the time of day change throughout the video. And that's because I want to see just how many OSs you can dual boot at once. Now I'm planning on installing versions of Windows from oldest to newest, which means we have to start with Windows 2000. Now this wouldn't really be considered dual booting after I've installed more than 2 operating systems, but, you know, dual booting just sounds cooler. Now, we are on the same laptop as the last video, the Windows Whistler installing video, and I probably would start with Windows Whistler just because it'd be funny, but I actually don't have Windows Whistler installed on this thing anymore, because I tried to make a different video of me installing Windows Longhorn. It didn't work. It just didn't. So, we're starting with Windows 2000, and we're going to be formatting the hard drive from there. I would soon realize that this is an awful idea. Now, I hope to install versions of Windows from Windows 2000 up to Windows 7, and maybe try Windows 10, but I don't really know about that one. Actually, should I bother with Windows 8? I don't know. Oh, we blue screened. Okay, cool. Wasn't expecting... Man, we failed so... Is it? Oh. And just continue this when I get back. So, as you can probably tell, a lot of time has passed, and I haven't touched the computer since I left. So, it seems to have, advanced to the language select screen. We're just gonna keep it like this. I'm now realizing I'm gonna have to prepare the product key. Dang it. Now you think the first result on Google would actually be correct. Oh! I call it Gigatech 2000. Sure. And now we're installing start menu items. Now it's registering components. And now it's saving settings. And now it's done. That is bright. Oh my god, I have my phone at the lowest brightness it can go, and that is still super bright. Okay, yeah, maybe I should turn on some lights. Now, I don't plan on installing drivers for these, just because I really don't feel like it. Alright, here we go. We have Windows 2000 Professional installed. Whoop-de-doo-dah. Programs, accessories, games. Pinball! Oh no, it's in 16 colors. Ooh. You know what? It's fine. We can play a game of pinball. Man, this looks really ugly in 16 colors. It does not look like something you'd want to eat. Alright, that's Windows XP, where there's going to be another time change because I have things to do. Here we have Windows XP on a USB stick. I am plugging it into the laptop. I'm now realizing a problem that might arise. I've never actually dual booted an OS before, And I don't know if you're supposed to put them on separate partitions or the same partition. We're just gonna go with one big partition and hope I don't break something. It just made only a partition of like half the disk. So this is unpartitioned space and this is just partition. This just contains another OS. Yep, we're gonna continue setup and we are going to leave the file system. Let's hope this doesn't overwrite anything. Alright, the setup restarted. Now it should be on the hard drive. There we go. And I did see a bootloader screen for a second, which means Windows 2000 is hopefully still on this thing. So I just went through like 5 product keys, and turns out I'm being an idiot. You could just skip the product key in Windows XP. Ah! Alright, we are back in plop, and that means the computer rebooted. So hopefully, when I boot off the hard drive, yes! We have both Windows 2000 and Windows XP. Let's boot into Windows XP to just finish the installation. And then I will boot into Windows 2000 to make sure that it still works. Now, of course, there's no audio drivers, so unfortunately you won't be able to hear the epic music. But you can see the epic video in a very choppy frame rate. No. And that's it. There we go. That is Windows XP installed. Now I'm going to restart the computer just to make sure that Windows 2000 is also working. So yep, Windows 2000 gets started. Exit. And move on to Windows Vista. This one's the bad one, apparently. I don't know, I never really had an opinion for Windows Vista, but here we have it. There we go. How about we install this to unpartitioned space here? We're only going to do 25. We still have some things to install. Now let's just hope that this gets added to one big bootloader. As you can maybe see, there is hard drive, partition 1 and 2, which makes sense. Vista should be on partition 2, but I'm hoping that one of these bootloaders will detect, hey, there's other OSs on the other partition, we're gonna pop that in there. Or else I'm gonna have to go through a lot of trouble. Oh no! That's not good! I was just talking about Boot Manager. The Boot Manager's missing! How did that happen? I think we're gonna have to reinstall Windows Vista. We're gonna give partition 1 a shot. So apparently this one is Windows Vista now. It found the other OSs and made a boot manager around it. And then I guess it just deleted the other one? This does not look like Windows Vista. That does not look like something you'd see out of Windows Vista. Oh great, it's just adding dots. Wonder how many dots it's gonna get to. Place your bets in the comments now. Don't add any context to the comment, just put the number. I really wish Windows installers had like a view more details button that just like showed everything happening. That'd be cool. Then I'd know why it's taking so long. Yeah, we're just gonna go with the default flower picture. Sure, Giga PC, and we're gonna start with the Northern Lights, baby. Thank you. Getting it done just got more fun. I will say, Windows Vista looks incredible, in my opinion. Like, it looks so cool. Windows 7 also looks really nice. I feel like Windows Vista really uses the arrow theme a whole lot more, and it looks so cool. The reason why I was excited for Windows 11 is because it looked to be going back to the arrow theme slightly with, you know, its transparency effects. And also it looked more like macOS, and I like the look of macOS, so that's why I am a proud Windows 11 user. Hey? We have sound! Yeah, we have sound. That's cool. Unless I wanted to connect some speakers, some better speakers. This is as high as we're going. We got Windows Vista. Let me see. There's no way I'm getting the arrow theme to work on this because I'd have to download the drivers, which I don't really want to do. Higher screen resolution. Never hurt to anybody. I hope. And that's about all I can play. This laptop is made for Windows Vista. And it says, TV and video may not work as expected because the video card does not meet the minimum memory requirement of 64 megabytes of video RAM. You know, people say the reason why Vista failed is because of compatibility issues, and I just can't understand why. Games. You can play Purple Place. I didn't even know this existed until like half a year ago. No! Can I at least play Minesweeper? No. Oh, Purple Place opened. Oh my god. There's so much delay. It's so laggy. Can I at least play a fun game of small Minesweeper? I don't know how to play Minesweeper. I'm gonna restart this thing and see how that bootloader's doing. Because last time we checked, it was not doing very well. So it's here, but what if I go to earlier version? Yo! We're in business. We have 3 versions of Windows installed, and alright, we have a Windows 7 USB stick. We're going to be testing this USB stick with it. Alright, let's boot into Plop. Get Windows 7 installed. Should be a very similar setup process to Windows Vista, because, you know, they're the same OS. I'm kidding. Please don't yell at me in the comments. Their setups are the exact same. Windows 7 has got to be my favorite Windows OS. Yep, I accept the license terms. I have installed Windows 7 so many times. We're going to install it on this unallocated space. We're going to set this to, I think Windows 7 needed 32 gigabytes total. Or 16, I think it needs 16. And then Windows 10 needs 32 gigabytes, but I don't know if we'll get to Windows 10. We might stop at Windows 8 just because of storage concerns. And this is gonna take another while, so I'm just gonna boink. Alright, we're restarting again. Let's see how many bootloaders freak out this time. Alright, we have 3 partitions to choose from this time. I'm just gonna go with number 1 again, because that seems to be the one that works the best. Alright. So it said Windows Vista. So yeah, it seems to have grouped the Windows XP and Windows 2000 installs into one bootloader and then all the others into one new one. Setup is starting services. Setup is starting services. Alright, we're back on the completing installation thing. Hopefully this one doesn't take as long. Setup will continue after restarting your computer. Oh boy. I kind of wish I was doing this on a separate hard drive, but I don't have a separate hard drive, just so that I could have this just massive hard drive of like 7 Windows versions that I can just boot into. Alright, I am desperately trying to get my phone to focus. Good enough. Giga, and it's going to be... And also, oh my god, this looks awful. On the camera. I fixed it. Let's go. Arrow's enabled. Yeah, it did get the graphics driver. That's Arrow. Let's get some Minesweeper action up in here. Advanced. No! Just gonna show you Purple Place actually running at a decent speed. Yeah. Having graphics drivers makes things so much better. We gotta listen to the epic music that's built into Windows 7. There it is. I think Windows Media Center in Windows 7 is beautiful. Like, oh my god. Looks like the Zune. I'm now realizing this just looks like the Zune. Here it is. Here it is. Visualize. Oh man, that's lame. I swear if these are just ripped from Media Player. It's just ripped from Media Player. Ha! There's not even that many. Alright, I'm hoping that's non-copyright. Alright, so we now have Windows 7, Windows Vista, Windows XP, and Windows 2000 installed on this computer. Quadruple booting it. I'm gonna go higher. I'm installing Windows 8. It's been a day, and I have Windows 8 on a USB stick. Oh my... Whoa. Well, here we go. Now we have Windows 8, and it is running very poorly. That's some smooth scrolling right there. So yeah, here's Windows 8 with its half arrow, half not looking. Alright, so that's Windows 8. Let's restart it just to get a spectacle of everything. There we go. Choose an operating system, 8.1, Vista, 7, and earlier version of Windows. Let's see, does this thing still work? Let's see, does Windows 2000 work after all this time? No! No! Windows 2000 broke! No! I'm not reinstalling Windows 2000, but I'm going to see how Windows XP is doing if Windows 2000's dying. Oh, well then. I cannot log in. I'm still calling that a win. We have Windows 10 on a USB stick. We're gonna go with custom, because we need to pop this on a... The selected disk has the maximum number of partitions? You can have a maximum number of partitions? Well, I guess that answers our question of how many versions of Windows you can dual boot at once. at least on one hard drive? The answer is 5, which means we are now dual booting Windows 2000, almost, Windows XP, barely, Windows Vista, Windows 7, and Windows 8.1 on one hard drive. So there's your answer. How many versions of Windows can you dual boot on one hard drive? 5. The answer is 5. Well, I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a like. If you have something to say, leave. Hello. Welcome to this. Yep. So today I'll be trying to install Windows Whistler on. Hello, welcome to this again. So Android, right? Pretty neat operating system, mainly used on phones and tablets. It's also owned by Google. But what if I think having my primary operating system being owned by Google is very cool, and want my computer's operating system to also be owned by Google, and I don't want to install Chrome OS? Well, fun fact, you can install Android on computers. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing today. I have 2 versions, one from around 2009, which should hopefully work on this computer, and one from around 2016. I'm going to try the one from 2016 first, just because it's more modern, but it might be pretty slow, so. I never actually burned that disk. I burnt the wrong thing, so I gotta go over here and burn the... Alright, so I have the 2016 version here on a disk, so I'm gonna see if it works. And yeah, I'm using a CD because I just didn't feel like using a USB. It's probably gonna be absurdly slow, but... Hey, alright. I want to install it. Oh, we're... Okay. Okay. Yeah, here. Formatted as FAT32, sure. This better not take an absolute eon. I don't have enough time for this. Sure. 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 Installer is going to create a disk image to save the user data. Sure. Sure. Android x86 is installed successfully. Alright, sure, run it. Oh, we have a higher resolution now. Android! It rebooted anyways. Cool. Oh, okay, no. I don't know how to... I don't want to be running off the... Yeah, okay, hold on. Okay, I took the CD out and rebooted, so let's see if that actually boots off the hard drive now. This is not a bootable disk. Cool. And that's exactly why I have this CD with the 2000 and whatever 9 version, or I forgot, honestly. Alright, let's see if this does anything. Okay, so far it looks the exact same. I'll try to install again. If I have to, I could just, you know, use the live thing that it had an option for, so. There are many dots down there. Kinda worrying. Alright, we're 4 rows in and nothing's happened. I don't think it's going anywhere. Alright, so I'm gonna take the 2016 disk again and try the live environment on that and see if that does anything, so. Alright, we're now on the 2016 disk. Could you tell? Alright, without installation, let's see if that does anything. Oh, we have soft reset failed. Decompressing Linux. Okay. Alright, we're in a different resolution now. Android. And it rebooted, I think. Cool. Yeah, it rebooted. Cool. Alright, I have the old disk in now. I'm gonna try the live environment on that. Okay, without installation. Unknown boot option, no support for the CPU vendor. Soft reset failed, detecting Android. Oh, yeah, this is an AMD chip. That might be a problem. It's a 64-bit AMD chip. Do I have anything that isn't AMD? Like, okay, I have this Pentium 4. I have two Pentium 4 laptops that output really stupid resolutions, and a Celeron desktop. I'll probably have to go with the Celeron desktop, just because it doesn't output the stupid resolutions. Alright, you're just gonna print more dots to the screen so you can go die. Also, this power adapter that I use for the laptop over there
gets so incredibly hot that I swear if I hold it like this for too long, it will burn me. Like, that was uncomfortable. I don't have any, like, heat showing things, but trust me, it is genuinely a fire risk whenever I use that laptop. Alright, so I've got the 2009 disc here. This computer is way older than 2009, but we'll see if it works. This might be the slowest thing ever. Alright, we're back here. Installation. Unidentified video mode number 314. Nine? Okay, I don't know what it's doing, but I think it's doing good things. Installation is not implemented yet. Press OK to run live version. Okay. Why would you have it as an option then? Android. Can't access job control turned off. Okay, it just booted me to this. Oh, wait. Yeah. We actually have a boot screen, finally. Oh, shoot. Okay, we're in, I guess. Battery is getting low, less than 15% remaining. That's the mouse, by the way. I can already tell this frame rate is great. Oh, okay. Okay, it was just that overlay, I guess. Okay. We have Android. Okay, what's over here? Okay, we have apps and stuff. Okay, what version of Android is this based on, and can I run anything on it? Settings. About phone. There's no way this is Android version 1.5. 1.5 cupcake. I'm not sure if I can find any games or anything that can run on Android 1.5 cupcake. Nor can I find a way out of this menu. The keyboard isn't doing anything. Games or anything that can run on Android 1.5 cupcake. Nor can I find a way out of this menu. The keyboard isn't doing anything. The arrows are. The escape key isn't. Oh, okay, the home button on the keyboard works. There's a Google search, but I don't think that does anything. Especially because I'm definitely not connected to the internet. Music. There's no... Yeah, there's no audio here, so... I do actually want to do things with this. So, like... I should probably try using the 2016 version. So yeah, I'm gonna move to that version. Is there a correct way of shutting this down? I doubt it. Alright, let's see if this works. I highly doubt it will, but it'd be really funny if it did. Okay, I'm gonna try installation again. FAT32. Sure. Okay, I'm gonna try running it. Android. This is not a bootable disk. Well, this disk also won't be very bootable after this. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like. If you have something to say, leave a comment. Hello, welcome to this again. So remember last month when I tried to install Android on a PC and then got annoyed after it didn't work after I unknowingly clicked skip on installing the bootloader multiple times and didn't notice until literally every single comment on the video said something about it? Yeah, well guess what? That was my fastest growing video ever, so thanks guys. Well, I want to do it again, just to, you know, right my wrongs a little bit. Maybe get a video that's longer than 6 minutes. So I've got the same two versions here as I did in the last video. I'm going to start with the most recent one that I have, which is from like 2016, I think. And if that doesn't work, then I'll try the older one, and we'll see if the disk is bootable. All right, IDE CD-ROM drive. Alright, so we're here. I want to install to hard disk. Sure, that one. Now, people were also complaining that I was using FAT32, so, sure, X3. Give it a shot. I don't really know the difference between Linux partition names, so, and we're formatting. Supposedly, it's still at 0%. This thing better not be, like, manually zeroing out everything, or else it's gonna take an absolute eon. Well, judging by the fact that it, literally isn't doing anything, I'm gonna restart. Yeah, the hard drive light wasn't even flashing, so, yeah, that was warranted. Alright, install to hard disk. That one. FAT32, because the only one that actually worked last time. Yes! Create a boot item for Windows? No. Hey, yeah, so, editing me here. Yeah, that's probably me being stupid again when I clicked no on that, because I thought it meant, you know, when it said boot option for Windows, I thought it meant, oh, it found Windows already installed on the hard drive somehow because it's been formatted already. Would you like to put something on the desktop or something? That's obviously not what it meant. I don't think it would have booted anyway, so, oops. Yes. Yes. Sure. Okay, now it should actually be installing all the proper boot things and not skipping them all. This installer is going to create a disk image to save the user data. At least 512 megabytes of free space is recommended. Create the image? Yep, sure, give it a shot. Do that, sure. Why not? Alright, I'm going to try rebooting. Swear to God, if it boots into the CD, I'm gonna be so mad. It booted into the CD, okay. This computer is like 4 years older than I am, so I don't expect it to run a version of Android from 2016, but it's the only Intel-based computer I have that I can use with this right now, so, this is not a bootable disk. Does anybody like reoccurring gags? I'm not spending another 20 minutes trying to get that to shatter. I'm not kidding, I spent like 20 minutes last video just trying to get the disk to shatter. Alright, so now I have the version that worked the most from last time. It's meant for ePCs, but this is a desktop, so there's probably some stupid thing I missed that's making this not boot. But frankly, I don't care. IDE CD-ROM device. Run, install Android to hard disk. Oh right, I don't fucking know, number 9? Cool. Installation is not implemented yet. Oh yeah, that's right. It's not even in this version. Crap. Android. Can't. Job control turned off. That's... oh. Well, we're back. I don't know where the mouse is. Is the mouse just straight not here? I can't see the mouse. Is it just running at such a low frame rate because of this please connect to charger thing? Or is it just straight not working? I think it's just straight not working. Keyboard's not doing anything either. Alright, so I wouldn't consider this actually installing Android. I'm gonna... I guess I can try to find a build between this and the most recent one that is still enough to run on this, but it might be able to actually install. Alright, I've got another disk. I have no idea if it's gonna work or not. It honestly probably won't. But I have it. If this doesn't work, then I have another idea that might work, but honestly probably not still. Alright, as expected, it looks the exact same. I want to install to hard disk. That one. Format as FAT32. Sure, give it a shot. Would I like to install bootloader? See, this time it actually auto-selects yes. This is what it should have been doing the entire time. Yep, sure, give it a shot. Yep, so far it's the exact same. Okay, create a fake SD card. What does that mean? Okay, I'm gonna try running it. I don't know what version of Android this is based on. Android. Oh, we got Android, just small. Oh, well, this is, oh, hey, I actually have a mouse cursor. Volume, sound is off. Okay, cool. Oh, okay, alright. See all your apps, touch the launcher icon. Yep, those are apps alright. JetBoy. It's an audio engine demo. There's definitely no audio on here. Straight shut off? Screw this, I'm gonna defeat the entire purpose of this video and use an Android phone to play a rhythm game that I can actually hear. Alright, so the computer is still on. Like, the fans are still spinning and the light is still on. I just don't know what it's doing. Alright, I've forced shut it off, and I'm gonna see if that fixed anything. Alright, I've forced shut it off, and I'm gonna turn it back on, and we're gonna see if the disk is bootable. Alright, hard disk. Non-system disk. Press any key to reboot. Do y'all like reoccurring gags? Okay, I'm gonna reboot into that. I gotta go grab the disk. See, the disk is fine. Alright, I'm gonna run without install just so I can see what else is built in on here. Okay, I would like to unlock this, please. Alright, we got Lunar Lander. This better be the best game I've ever played. Oh, paused? Okay. Oh, shoot. What? Huh? Why is it in, what is that, Chinese? Japanese? Maybe. I don't know, I can't, hold on. The method of hair, karma. Method? What language is this? It's not telling me, it's just, I know this is not in focus at all, but it says method. Okay, good to know. Okay, let me out of this. Yeah, sure, let's see if YouTube works. Please review the mobile terms and service at that. Sure. There was a problem starting up. Please check your network connection and system time. Snake on a phone? I want to play Snake on a phone on a computer. Whoa, it's... okay, that's sideways. Hold on. I hope this is good. Because it is lagging the absolute living hell out of this thing. I pressed up to play and now it's frozen. No, up to play. I'm pressing up. Nothing's happening. Okay, wait. Oh, shoot. We're in. Alright. That way? Nope. No, that way. No. It was horrible. Awful Snake game. Okay, so I do want to actually install something that actually boots. So I'll be right back with something else. Alright, so I have a new plan that's probably definitely not going to work on this computer. And that is Bliss OS. It's an OS made for, you know, lower end computers. It's kind of like Chrome OS, but yeah. It's much more modern than the things that I'm trying on here.